Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do my first ever movie review. I got my best friend Wayne to help me. We shared our favorite film here is John Carpenter's Halloween. So we shared the same favorite film, and that's kind of how we became best friends. I'm sure many of you have stories like that out there. So yeah, we're going to get into this here. John Carpenter's Halloween. It's our favorite film, like we mentioned. So what do you love about this film? What's your first memories about this film, Wayne?
Well, first time I ever rented it on VHS, I think I was about 4 years old.
You rented it or your parents rented it and showed it to you?
Well, my grandfather brought me to the
video
zone in Verdun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what's great about our parents. They would just bring us to the video stores, rent out the...
And I was never really allowed to rent the horror movies, but my grandfather would always bring me, and we used to put the 25 cents in the little gumball machine, turn it, and then money.
Sometimes you get a prize, no?
You get like a bag of popcorn, or sometimes you just get a gumball or something, but sometimes you get free rental movies, and that's...
Yeah, they'd be like capsules sometimes.
Exactly, little capsules.
Super Video Zone, man, you get like 6 free movies sometimes. So,
it was crazy. It was crazy.
I love that. It was
and they even had like I guess you could say like almost like a rewards points card in the sense where like the more movies you rented, you get some free. You know what I mean? Like free rentals after 10 rentals or something. One free rental.
I missed the video store experience.
So very first time I ever seen Halloween, I was about 4 years old. Like I said, my grandfather, bro.
I know. It's great.
It was tough.
I know it's tough for young kids to watch this. Me too. My first earliest memories are John Carpenter's Halloween when I was 4, and Nightmare on Elm Street. My dad and my with my cousins, they're a bit older, so they would watch those movies, and I would always just watch it with them. But great times, man.
It was. Let me tell you, it was for a 4-year-old. I had many sleepless nights after that film. Many sleepless nights, trust me.
So, I want to talk about the shot selection, though. Like, it's just... I always... when I talk about John Carpenter movies, it's like a painting in motion. Like, you could pause any scene, and you could put that scene on your wall. Looks like a beautiful painting,
No CGI, folks. No CGI.
Well, this film hardly even has practical effects. It's so, like...
And that's what makes it a classic. That's what makes it a classic. One thing that I always loved about Halloween is that it's one of the only horror movies, right? That it's literally could actually happen in any neighborhood.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's not a guy coming to kill you in your dreams or a doll that's possessed. You know what I mean? It's literally like a crazy guy escaped his psycho ward and he's out there killing people. Like that's.
But I mean, there's many types of movies like that, but this one's so effective because
for sure.
The Carpenter's touch, the music, the mask. It's that mask too. It just makes it just so frightening. It's just what
William
thing
Shatner,
to look at.
William Shatner's face.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like they say many times, because he sent Tom Lee Wallace to Carpenter to go get some masks, and they had 2 options: a huge clown mask, which looked freaky, they said, and everything, but they opted for this Captain Kirk mask, but it looked nothing like it if you go look at the original mask. But yeah, Tom Lee Wallace cut out the holes, took out the sideburns a bit, spray painted the mask more white and the hair and all that shit. But it's more like just like a fluke thing, man. Like
absolutely.
It's just like
all the right pieces fall together.
Yeah, it's like, man, you captured lightning in a bottle with this film. I mean, there's many films like that over the course of time, but this is one of them, and it's phenomenal. And also, of course, the music. I mean, people always say that this movie doesn't really work without the score. Like the score makes the film. I mean, the score is so effective. It's one of the greatest scores ever created for a film, just in general, But if you mute the film and watch it, and take out that score and maybe add in like some more generic or a crappier score, it would still be a good movie because of the look of the film. It has so many elements going for it. How we explain the look of the killer, and just the overall style, that beautiful widescreen style that Carpenter brings. So but thank God he wrote that fucking score anyways. We don't have to worry about no copy editor score,
No, for sure. I mean, maybe you could add like a Morricone in there to do a score. It might have been somewhat okay, but that Carpenter score...
Well, they worked together later on
the
thing, right? Yeah, so there you go. And so let's talk about some of the actors now. Like Donald Pleasance. I mean, what a guy to get for this movie, like out of nowhere. But did you know Carpenter wanted Christopher Lee?
See, that I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know
that. He even says later on after that film, he bumped into Deborah Hill, and he tells them that's his biggest regret. Still, I think he's passed away now there, but that was his biggest regret to turn down Dr. Loomis's role, which would have been strange to picture Christopher Lee, but I can kind of see why Carpenter wanted that.
You go with Donald Pleasance, who is a legendary actor.
Yeah, man.
And
Great
Christopher
Escape.
Lee, Great Escape. Come on, Steve
movies.
McQueen. I mean, come on.
Yeah, so good.
But Christopher Lee, a legend in his own right. I mean,
I know.
All the
and he's in the horror
movies,
realm, so it makes sense to try to get a guy like that.
100%.
But it was actually Erwin Yablans there, the producer of the film, that suggested Donald Pleasance, and that's why. You always hear the movie, the budget was $300,000 or it was $320,000, but it was actually $320,000.
$20,000 for Pleasance.
They needed the extra $20,000. They went to Mustafa. You already gave us $300. Cut us another $20. I'm sure you got it under your fucking bed somewhere.
I heard somewhere that it was Pleasance was like the only one on set that had a trailer.
Yeah, obviously. Everyone else shared like the makeup trailer, and it was probably like
they're all sitting in their cars, on set. Pleasance pulls up in a big trailer.
And when we talk about like A-lister trailers, it's like a big complex.
No, for sure.
It's not just a trailer. It's like a mansion on wheels.
Absolutely. And we're talking about like 1970.
Yeah, so Pleasance he had his own little spot. I'm sure he deserved that. I mean, come on. So obviously Jamie Lee Curtis. Her first big role there, and she's okay. I mean,
the
it's her
Scream
defining
Queen.
Yeah, it's her Scream Queen, her debut big thing there, and all that, but. Especially if she didn't become a big actress, because so many horror movies you have these types of actresses that are great, they scream good, but they make one or two movies and then you don't hear about them.
That's right.
I feel like Jamie Lee Curtis could have been like that, but I mean, later on she showed what talent she really had.
Yeah,
when
for
she
sure.
got out of the horror realm.
Exactly. I was just going to say that, even out of the horror movies, you got like True Lies, Trading Places.
Yeah, right. I mean, the girl can act, even Fish Called Wanda. I mean, she's a fantastic actress for sure. But it just, in this film, I mean, she doesn't carry the picture to me. She's great though, she does the job, and like you were mentioning to me before, like how she got hired for the role, and I told you Carpenter wanted some other actress.
That's it.
She turned him down, and Deborah Hill mentioned.
Because of her mother, right? Because
the Psycho.
It
may be a bit of a good advertising kind of thing. So it was kind of like Deborah Hill that kind of mentioned that too. So it's pretty cool to. That's how she got the job. And P.J. Souls, who was in Carrie a couple years before, so she was kind of known at that point. And I don't know if a lot of people noticed, though, she was married to Dennis Quaid at that time.
That's true.
And he would come on set a couple times during the month that they were shooting, but he was actually going to be, like, he was offered a job as P.J. Souls' boyfriend in the movie that gets stuck on the wall there, and that's making love to her and all that. That was supposed to be Dennis Quaid, but he had to declined because he was doing I think American Flyers, or that bike movie that he was doing back in 77, 78. So that would have been odd though if we had Dennis Quaid in that film as well. That would have been a little strange.
What a mistake he did.
That's his biggest.
That's his biggest regret, probably.
Him and Christopher Lee are probably sharing a fucking drink, Oh, Halloween, could have been the big one there. But I mean, they both had good careers, so they didn't really need that.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, imagine seeing Dennis Quaid stuck to the wall with a knife in his gut.
It would have been, it would have been one of those stories where a young actor starts out in a horror film. How many times?
Johnny Depp, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Matthew McConaughey and
Renee
Zellweger. But I mean, we can go on forever, never mention actresses. So also Sheriff Brackett, Charles Cyphers. This guy's a bit of a creep, I find, in this film. I mean, he's a good actor. He does his job. But you ever notice, like, when when they're walking home and her friend goes inside and she like turns around and look behind her? And she bumps into the Sheriff Brackett. But what was he doing? Was he just standing there looking at her for a good 5 seconds? And he's like, I'm going to let her bump into me. He doesn't even, but then you hear what he says after? He's like, Lori. As if like she's making an advancement to him. Like, guy, calm down. And then he's like, then when she walks away, he like gives her a look and he got a pipe. And he walks his sorry ass up the lawn. I mean, I think maybe there's something wrong with that guy, maybe in real life, because Carpenter said, I have to take Peter Jason instead of this guy. They're basically the same actor. And he used Charles Cyphers throughout the beginning, stopped after Halloween 2. And then Peter Jason started in Prince of Darkness and never stopped. It seemed, like he's in every movie after that.
I must admit one thing, though. Since we're on the topic of Sheriff Lee Brackett, I must admit, I personally, I like Brad Dourif's Sheriff Lee Brackett.
Oh, yeah.
For the actor?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it's Brad Dourif, I'm not a fan
of... Well, it would have been good if Brad Dourif was in the original Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
And not Rob Zombie.
Brad Dourif as an actor, I love.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, and...
well, around that time, he won an Academy Award for Cuckoo's Nest. Everyone flew over to Cuckoo's Nest. I mean, maybe that's why he didn't take a role like this. There, he's like, no, I'm distinguished now.
But I'm not a big fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like, we were talking about it earlier. It's like maybe a once a year watch. That's about it. But Brad Dourif's Lee Brackett, I have to give him credit. It was
it was fun. Yeah, it was a decent bracket there. And the kid actors, Kyle Richards and Brian Andrews there.
They didn't really do much after Halloween. I'm not gonna.
Well, Kyle Richards, her sister was in John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13. She's the girl that gets killed with the ice cream.
So maybe that's how she got. That's how she got the role. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's definitely some tie-in. But it's funny they didn't use Kyle again. He ended up, Kim. He ended up using Kyle for Halloween after. And Brian Andrews, this guy, he tried to get they tried to get in contact with him for part 6. They wanted to bring him back, but he wasn't working at the time, that poor bastard. And so they got Paul Rudd, Paul Stephen Rudd.
What a role!
And
I'm gonna stop Michael with these rocks.
Oh, this guy! Yeah, his stones.
That's it. His magic stones.
What about some of Donald Pleasance's quotes and favorite, like your favorite lines in the film, bro?
Lonnie,
get your ass away from there!
Get your ass away from there!
Like, bro, I used to laugh all the time with that shit.
It was so good.
But the one that still gets me all the time, man.
The darkest eyes.
No, that's a great line. That still works today. I mean, that's brilliant how he wrote that. But the thing that he does that just kills me every time. Well, I mean, you have when he escapes from the mental hospital and he's like, the evil is gone.
Yeah,
it's gone from here. But the line that when he first escapes and he's talking to the people that run the place, he's like, well, he's doing very well last night, and he shoots his trench coat out of the car. Maybe someone around here's giving him lessons. Yeah,
they're talking about Michael Myers, who's like he's been locked up in the Haddonfield institution.
Yeah, because he saw him his own eye. He was fucking taken off with that station wagon. He was doing very well last night.
Someone in Haddonfield has been giving Michael DMV lessons.
like man, Donald Pleasance, you need that guy in that film. I mean, Christopher Lee would have been like,
he would have been a little bit too serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Pleasance is wild. He's a bit crazy. Role. Yeah, Christopher Lee he would have been like, he's doing very well last night.
That's it.
Maybe someone was going to...
Maybe then try to bite his neck or something.
Fuck, he would have been like a Clint Eastwood Dr. Loomis. Fuck. Okay, and so what about some of your favorite scenes in the film? Do you have any ones that really stand out?
I'm going to be honest with you. One of the things that scared me when I was a kid that I really liked is the very first time you see the inside of Michael's house. When they go to the...
And his head pops out.
And his head pops out with the big zoom.
Yeah, I know. It's so effective.
That zoom.
Especially the first time.
The very first time you see that, like I said, a 4-year old man, and Michael just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, boom, he's going to grab the kid's hand. You know what I mean? Like, that's scary. That's pretty scary. But it's not my favorite scene.
No, but it's a good one.
But it's a good one that, like, to this day, will still, if you don't know what's coming, and you're like, say you're like, you got the movie on in the background, you're looking at the scenes, and boom, and then you see.
No, I know. He's good with those music cues.
That's it.
He makes you jump with it.
Carpenter's the king, man.
Also, I like the laundry. I like the whole that whole sequence where she's making. Well, I guess she's making popcorn. He's looking at her. He kills the dog. She drops the popcorn. She goes into that laundry room there, but just Michael behind the door, and then he's behind the shed or whatever near the window. I just like the feel of that
stalking.
Scene. Yeah, the stalking.
That's scary, man.
But that's
fucking scary.
It's the suspense. It's the lead up. He could have killed her there, easily.
He could have killed her 20 times, but he's
like feeling the situation out. He's like looking at this.
That's it.
It's maybe not even a person to him. It's
and
like,
that feeling of not knowing. And someone being there. You ever get that feeling where someone's watching you and you get that eerie feeling?
And it goes on for so long.
No, that's it. That's it.
Because then she's in the house on the phone and he's in behind her. I love that the way he pans from side to side and then he's there and then he's gone.
I like the scene also too where Laurie's running from house to house and Michael's just walking with that dum dum dum.
Well, I like the whole house thing where he pops out of the darkness. His face comes in and then she falls down the stairs, but. Yeah, when it really starts building up, he comes down the stairs. I love all that. But
like
then her cheesy bit there, the keys.
The keys, the keys.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I mean. Like, she's good in the film, but it could have been anyone. But I mean, as time evolved, she became a great actress. So
let's talk about MacGyverisms with the coat hanger. Stabs him.
Yeah, well, that's Tommy Lee Wallace. That scene there, he ended up wearing the mask for that scene. He dated Nancy Loomis there, who plays in the movie as well, and they end up getting married for a few years. But yeah, Nancy Loomis too. She was decent in this film. Your favorite kill though? What would you say?
I honestly, I have to go.
There's not many though in this film. There's like six, maybe six, something like that.
There's not many, but I have to say with the most iconic one, man.
Yeah, he
butcher knife right through the old stomach, bud.
Yeah, sticks him to the wall. Yeah,
sticks him to the wall. I mean, and they're staring at him with the tilted head. That's
and again,
sadistic,
the look.
man.
Yeah, you could pause that scene, take that image, boom, poster or picture
instant
on your wall.
Poster,
you know,
instant poster.
It's the lighting, man. It's the widescreen look.
It's also too. It's just like when he stabs him to the wall, and he drops his hand, and he just stands there looking at him. It's like he's admiring his work.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
It's insane. But I know we're like so used to Halloween and Michael Myers nowadays. But man, see this in theaters in '78 must have been just like the greatest feeling in the world.
No, absolutely,
man. Like,
absolutely.
You could tell pictures were really like advancing with their type of suspense and terror. It's not just.
Well, look, we seen it on VHS when we were kids, and look at what it did to us. It changed our whole outlook on movies for like the rest of our life.
Films, so, like,
exactly.
It's just
like that's how films should be made.
I know.
And I mean, to this day, we're talking about. I mean, look at here, we're 2020. We're talking about a movie that was made in '78.
42 years now.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And it's still holds its.
Yeah, it's so important.
It's a golden gem.
Anyone who starts loving films has to watch that.
And
film,
didn't Carpenter get like a little idea of the film from Bob Clark?
Oh, Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
I mean, yeah, the true story is that. Yeah, Carpenter did have a conversation with Bob Clark about Black Christmas and asked him what he would do for a sequel, and Bob Clark supposedly said, "Well, I'd have it, maybe on Halloween and it or Christmas, because he did Christmas for Black Christmas, so maybe another holiday, and then he would have him escape or whatever from. You just gave him like little plot details like that. So I'm pretty sure that's true, and you can tell like with the opening shot, with the point of view from Black Christmas and Halloween. It's pretty much the same type of shots. I mean, but they're completely different in their own right. But Bob Clark in an interview actually says, "Yeah, I said those little kind of tips to him what I would do for a horror film, but Carpenter, I didn't tell Carpenter to write that iconic score or get that mask and so he doesn't hold any grudges whatsoever. But Carpenter did have a conversation about Black Christmas because it was." An effective horror film, for '74.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good horror film, Canadian too.
No, for sure.
So yeah, there is Carpenter may deny it, whatever, but he did have some influence by Black Christmas. But again, I mean, Halloween is just like it's not Black Christmas at all.
It's its own.
And Hollywood directors steal off each other all the time. They're
100%.
like just the filming styles and. It happens still today. I mean, Tarantino with he does Brian De Palma type of stuff in Kill Bill.
Yep.
I mean, this goes on and on, forever. But it's what you do with those shots, and you create a masterpiece. Who cares? You could tell a guy two things. He's not going to create Halloween. No. It takes one specific guy at the right moment.
Absolutely.
So whatever.
Absolutely.
Halloween is Halloween. Black Christmas is Black Christmas. No real connection. Yeah, maybe a bit inspiration. Just like how I'd be inspired to try to make a Halloween type of film.
Absolutely.
And then they're going to say, "Oh, you stole Halloween." No, I'm going to take a couple maybe things that I really love about it, make it my own, and completely different way. You know what I'm saying?
Ian Daigle's Halloween.
But that's pretty much it. I mean, we have the ending too that I wanted just to touch on how effective, like the build up of him coming up the stairs. She goes into the closet. Just Donald Pleasance shooting him. He's standing by the balcony, shoots him 6 times. Man, it's just the whole look of that ending sequence is beautiful. And they show Michael's face at the end, but it's Tony Moran. That he kind of claims that that guy in real life kind of claims that he was Michael throughout the film, but he was only at that end of the film. But he doesn't give credit to other people that played Michael, which was maybe 4 different people: Nick Castle, Tommy Lee Wallace at some scenes. Deborah Hill was played the hand there.
Yeah, in the opening shot where the little 12-year-old, 8-year-old boy, going to go grab a knife. That's Deborah Hill's hand.
Exactly. So. And then the end of the film where he shoots a few of the shots there while the music's playing. of where Michael's been that night. You know, you get the shot of the stairs where you walk down earlier. You know, the couch. You know, he just ends. I find that such a cool ending. You know, and you hear the breathing, and it like ends. You know, on the house. It makes you feel uneasy, man. It's a fantastic.
And it sets up perfectly for Halloween too. So
yeah, and again,
it's a beautiful setup. You know, with the breathing, so you know, and he's not there at the end when Lewis and him go and look at it, and he's gone. You know, like
it just works, man. It's our favorite film, man, and we had to do this review first. You know, so we're gonna do many more reviews, and we look forward to. You know, doing more John Carpenter films, but we're going to do many different genres. He likes a lot of martial art films, so do I, from the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Well, we're going to touch on every genre, but we had to start with John Carpenter's Halloween for the first episode. So thanks for tuning in. I hope we didn't rant on too long there. It's going to be a big video, but it was fun. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Take care, guys.
I don't want to take it anymore. I'll just lay here locked behind the door. Just no time to stop and get away. 'Cause I work so hard to make it every day. Ooh. Ooh. Nah, man, that ain't me. I'm from Buffalo.